Trail life changes dads more than you realize.
When I joined Trail Life, me and my dad, he works away. He travels for his work. Me and my dad, we really didn't talk a lot. You know, I loved him and everything, but we weren't on the best of terms. I got her started in Trail Life and everything, and I loved it.
I was a drop-off dad. When he first started in Trail Life, I just dropped him off, set in the truck.
And then I went to a summer adventure, and it changed me a little bit. It made me a little bit older, and I learned a lot of things about leadership, and I went home and I was older. And then the year after that, I went, and my mom wanted my dad to go.
So my wife's on the computer, she says, "Are you going to go to that?" I didn't know I could go.
So he asked off for work, and he went.
So I went, not having a clue of what I'd done. So my son and I showed up at the Equip, and that's where it first hit me. And I've been going to everything I could go to, the trainings and all that ever since.
And ever since then, me and my dad's relationship has gotten closer and closer. And I can finally say that he's probably not even, he's moved from just being my dad, being very close to me. Even when he's away, we talk every day, and he calls us and prays with us at night. Even though he can't be there, he calls us.
And it is for families. It's for bringing families together.
It's just brought our whole family together closer.
I'm thankful that my son got me involved.
It's a true blessing.
Hello, my name is Roy Terry. I'm the pastor at Laurel Creek Baptist Church, and we're hosting today Trail Life. We're having a sign up and open house. We are at Laurel Creek Baptist Church and Hunter Miller Road, Rock Island, Tennessee.
Started with our Trail Life troop. So we're going to tell you a little bit about that. First of all, what we're going to do is we are going to do color guard. This is how we are going to start each of our troop meetings. The boys have been practicing. We've got more things to add, but we've got the basics so far, and I'm very excited. So I'm going to ask everyone to stand up and color guard attention. Color guard, come forward with the flags. Trailmen salute. Color guard, post the colors.
I'm super excited that I have the opportunity to talk about this program, and it's been such a great experience for me over, I don't know, the last 7-8 years that I've been a part of it. But yeah, I'm excited for what the troop's doing here.
Welcome to another edition of Community Insider. Join us as we travel Middle Tennessee, uncovering history and experiencing the adventure of unique stories and events coming to you inside your community.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Scott Neiman, and I am the troop master for a brand new Trail Life USA troop starting up in Rock Island, Tennessee. And I'm just excited about it. We just had our open house, and I wanted to give you an opportunity to reach out to us and get more information. You can go to our website at traillifetroop356.com and get a whole lot more information. But let me just tell you that we are excited that in this community we can have an outreach to young boys, and the whole point of Trail Life USA is we are unapologetically Christian, we are Christ-centered, but we're boy-focused. And so we're looking forward to having a great outreach here in this community, and it's a great chance for your boys to come and experience adventure, experience leadership, get to know some other boys. And fathers, I put this out to you too. This is a great opportunity for you to really connect with your son, and it's also an opportunity to connect with other men. And that's how we build each other up. And so I'm just excited about the opportunity and look forward to seeing you at Trail Life, Troop 356 in Rock Island, Tennessee.
Hi, my name is Cy Sears, and I am the treasurer and also the trail guide for the Foxes. That's ages kindergarten through 1st grade. And so I'll be leading the boys, the trailmen, as they grow through this program, teaching them adventure, skills they need for outdoors, skills they need for life, skills they need for leadership. But what really excites me is that while I get to share the outdoors and what I love, I get to keep that centered around Christ. And that has to be a core part of Trail Life. It's built into the system, so we get to share Christ with these boys and disciple them through this love of the outdoors.
Trail Life, what we're hoping to accomplish through Trail Life is develop young men with character. Young men who understand God's Word. Yes, there's going to be fun activities, camping and things of this nature, but we're more concerned about the moral character of these young men, and we would love to see reach people for Christ through this ministry. That's the ultimate goal, or should be the ultimate goal of any church, is to reach people with the saving gospel of Jesus Christ.
So now we're going to do the Trailman Oath, if you'll recite that with me. On my honor, I will do my best to serve God and my country, to respect authority, to be a good steward of creation, and to treat others as I want to be treated. Color guard dismissed. One of the things you'll learn very quickly about Trail Life is that we are unapologetically Christ-centered. Trying to describe Trail Life is like trying to describe a Tennessee sunset to someone. You can even take a picture of it, it's hard. And so I'm glad we got to have that, but wouldn't it be great to have somebody in person that could tell us a little bit about Trail Life? I was fortunate enough that I got involved in Trail Life at the very beginning, started back in 2013, and I'll talk a little bit about that later. But I did meet a young man there, and I do remember he and his father coming to one of the very first campouts. And this young man was stuck to that father's leg the whole time. I mean, he was terrified. And yet he continued, went through scouting. That young man later on, it started in Boy Scouts. He became an Eagle Scout. He also led a group at a place called Philmont. Philmont is a place in New Mexico. It's there's a hiking there, and this young man and his father, they hiked about I think it was about 110 miles over 10 days. Some of the two mountains. This is this young man that I'm talking about, and there's a couple other pictures. Had a great time. He led this group. This was that shy boy, all the way at the top of a hole there, and that shy boy is my son. So I've really enjoyed Trail Life USA. I've enjoyed scouting. It has been a great benefit to my son, and I'm going to ask him to come forward, Nick Neiman. And Nick is a very unique individual. He's shaking his head. I have to brag on my son. Nick is one of the very few individuals that is both has the Eagle Boy Scout Eagle Award and the Freedom Award recipient. And so I just asked Nick to share a little bit about what scouting in general and Trail Life has meant to him.
Thank you, Trailmaster Neiman, for the kind introduction. One sec. Hello, everyone. My name is Nick, as my dad so graciously told you, with a few other details of my younger years. It's great to be here. It's a privilege to be amongst y'all to talk about Trail Life and the experience I've had and how it's impacted me, especially early on when I was in middle school and high school. So I started out in Boy Scouts. I didn't really know anything about Boy Scouts except that they wore weird uniforms and tried to sell popcorn to me at school. And my dad had the great idea of pushing me to go to a meeting that was happening, I think when I was in 6th grade. I really did not want to go. Really did not want to go. I was very shy. I didn't love interacting with boys my age, honestly. I liked talking to adults a lot. and just generally was not happy about the idea. But they pushed me to go anyway. And I was sitting in the meeting watching the senior patrol leader, who's the boy who leads the troop, introduce the meeting. He came up and talked to me after, and I was just really intrigued by who this person was and how he was able to lead a bunch of boys who were very sugar high at the time and running around all over the place. And through that experience, I think I really asked the question for the first time, who do I want to be? And from that, I realized that Boy Scouts and Trail Life could be that place. So I jumped in. It was an interesting experience. It's a lot of life lessons to learn going through the Boy Scout and Trail Life program. They put you through a lot of different activities and adventures that allows you to really explore and challenge yourself in ways that you can't in a lot of other places. So I quickly became active. I became a senior patrol leader myself and led my troop for about 2 years, which was a fantastic experience, and was able to learn how to interact with others, how to speak, how to get people to do something even though they don't need to for the betterment of the troop, and learn how to inspire and motivate and just generally be a good friend to the people in the troop. So I also came to the point where Trail Life was starting up, and our troop decided to transition from Boy Scouts to Trail Life. That was a really scary transition. We have a lot of tradition and history in Boy Scouts, and there was a lot of nervousness that Trail Life was going to be that place that I could go to and experience all those same things. And so after about 6 months of leading the troop, it was really pretty clear that this was a really special place that not only gave you that leadership foundation, the character building, the outdoor experiences and activities, but it also rooted it on purpose and meaning and in your faith. That was something that we didn't always get in Boy Scouts, but Trail Life has that built into the curriculum. They allow you to be tested and to push into your faith and try to understand what it is from a very young age. And I'm very grateful for that because it was the first opportunity I had in a group of people my age to really do that. Besides that, it was also just a lot of fun. There's a lot of amazing experiences that you can be a part of, like archery, rock climbing, black powder rifle shooting, fire building, backpacking, swimming in 30-degree water, which was horrible. But yeah, I think through that experience, I really began to develop into the person I am today. Service, teamwork, leadership, character, integrity, and friendship, all these things are deeply integrated into the Trail Life program and are things I walked away from being in Trail Life for a few years. But yeah, the most remarkable thing I think about Trail Life is that even though all these things are happening, you don't even realize it. At the time, I was just having fun and hanging out with people my age and making friends. But because of the men that were involved in the program, because of my dad and my troop master in Boy Scouts, my trail master in Trail Life, I was really able to grow and to develop into something I never thought into the man I am today. So yeah, it's been a huge part of who I am. I just love being a part of the program and that they accepted me, faults and all, and wanted to hide in the corner a lot of times and not talk to people. But it was a really, truly remarkable experience. And knowing my dad and knowing the group of men that he's pulled together for this troop, I'm confident that I can provide the same thing for your boys, and I'm excited to see how it all turns out. So thank you.
That's the shy little boy that clung to my leg that first camp out. I could tell more embarrassing stories, but I won't. Maybe later. So, and I'm very proud of my son. He lives in California now. Works for a little company you might have heard of called Apple. So I'm very proud of him. But as he said, there's a lot of leaders that put into his life. This is Buddy Hosier and Taylor Ward. These are the two troop masters. That was his Eagle Scout ceremony, for a picture for that. And so it's not a one-man show. I'll be up here and I'll talk a lot today, but it'll be probably the last time I do that. Next time you come to the troop with your boys, I won't be up here a lot. We'll get the boys up here and we'll have other leaders up here. But without these other leaders, it doesn't happen. So I'm going to call up our core leaders. Come on up here. And I'm going to have them introduce themselves to you, tell you what their role is here. And then we'll talk a little bit about leadership. So we'll just start right here. This is Sam Harris. Some call him Red. I don't know why.
Hi, I'm Red Harris. I'm the chaplain for Trail Life Troop 356. And so grateful to be able to have the opportunity to share the gospel with your sons.
My name is Cy Sears, and I'm the treasurer and also the trail guide for the Foxes. That's your kindergarten and first grade. And I'm just excited to have this opportunity to share my love of the outdoors and my love for Christ.
I'm Mrs. Neiman, and his better half. True. And I'm the troop ministry liaison, which means I communicate back and forth with the church and with the broader Trail Life ministry beyond our church building here.
Good afternoon. My name is Art Castina. I'm the troop committee chairperson. I kind of look at the big picture of the troop and try to help and coordinate all the different parts of the troop. And I'm just so excited to have all you guys here, and we're going to have a great time. And we just want to give God all the glory for everything that happens.
And we also have some volunteers that are now in the process. My volunteers in the back, go ahead and stand up. So these are our volunteers. They're going through the registration and the training to be in leadership. And as you can see, there's both men and women in leadership. There are leadership roles for both. I will tell you that because it is a ministry that's focused on boys, the majority of the teaching will be the men. And once the boys get up above 5th grade, it's all men. It's all men that teach them. But we do have positions, so we are always looking for more leadership. What I wanted to talk about was a little bit about leadership. And I'll put the next slide up here. So these leaders that are up here, they have to demonstrate Christian character. That's first and foremost. We don't just allow anyone to be a leader in Trail Life USA. They have to go through a very full background check. They do youth protection training. There's online training. We also have conferences that we go to. And so we're not going to put a leader with your boys that's not qualified, that hasn't been fully checked out and trained. And so I just wanted you to be aware of that. So what we are going to do next is we're going to have all the boys, they're going to be dismissed, and they're going to have an activity where some of our leaders are going to take them next door to our fellowship hall, and they're going to teach them some trail life things. And so what we're going to do is when we dismiss, we're going to say troop dismissed, and everyone's going to shout, which is the motto of Trail Life USA, walk worthy. So let's just try it one time. Troop dismissed. Walk worthy. That's pretty good. I like that. So what we're going to do right now is I'm just going to have, just for a minute, I'm going to have our chaplain, Mr. Harris, come forward, and he's going to tell you just a little bit about where we get that and what that means.
So, walk worthy comes from Colossians 1, verse 10. And I'm going to give just a little context to this and go to verse 9. For this reason also, since the day we heard, we have not ceased to pray for you and to ask that you may be filled with the full knowledge of His will and all spiritual wisdom and understanding, so that you may walk in a manner worthy of the Lord, to please Him in all respects, bearing fruit in every good work, and multiplying in the full knowledge of God. So that verse 10 is where we get walk worthy from. And the significance there is that we don't have the capacity to walk worthy without the Lord, without His will and full understanding of the knowledge of His will. And of course, the wider context here, it comes from the gospel. Knowing the gospel, having faith in the Lord, and He's the one that causes us to walk worthy. And so that's the significance there. Walk worthy.
Thank you, Mr. Harris. Chaplain Harris. We got to get used to our titles. So are you boys ready to have some fun? Oh, come on. Are you boys ready to have some fun? Yeah! All right. I'm going to ask all the boys to stand up. And remember, when I say troop dismissed, y'all are going to shout out walk worthy, and the leaders are going to go, leaders, you can go ahead in the back of the building, or the back of the auditorium. They're going to lead you next door. You guys are going to learn some more about trail life and play a game. And then you'll come back in and show your parents some fun stuff. I promise. All right, everybody ready? Troop dismissed? 1:30. Good job, guys. Good job. We'll see you in just a few minutes.
Hey, my name is Nick Neiman. I'm the son of Scott Neiman, who is starting up Trail Life here in Rock Island City. I am super excited that I have the opportunity to talk about this program, and it's been such a great experience for me over, I don't know, the last 7-8 years that I've been a part of it. But yeah, I'm excited for what the troop's doing here.
We thought this ministry, first and foremost, was to boys, helping them become courageous young men. But the secret for us was that as the dads got together, the dads bonded just as much as the young men did.
As we mentor each other's sons, we get mentored ourselves.
There's the spiritual nourishment.
Eventually, the parents start to realize they are part of it. There's so many opportunities to use whatever skill that those dads may have.
I'm not a very good outdoorsman, but the good thing about Trail Life is that you don't have to be an outdoorsman.
I've heard men saying, man, I'm looking forward to this weekend coming up. I think even more than my son is.
Come to life together as we experience adventures.
It's given me an opportunity to be around other Christian men who are sharpening me, who are challenging me, who are showing me new ways to reach my son.
The boys were sharing their testimonies, and one of our adults was really touched that, hey, you're a Christian, but he was missing that relationship with the Lord, and it was because of those boys sharing their personal testimonies. His spiritual growth from that point has been phenomenal.
We hope you're enjoying the program, and we want to hear from you, maybe for some show ideas or for more information about what we do and how we can tell your next story. Give us a call today at 931-409-7151, or simply just email us at communitytvtn, all one word, at gmail.com, or check out our website at www.communitytvtn.com. We would love to hear from you. Send us your email, communitytvtn@gmail.com.
Beautiful day in White County today. Nice blue skies, nice and cool. And we are at the Lost Creek State Natural Area, the home of Lost Creek Falls and Lost Creek Cave. Can't go in the cave today. It is closed because of white nose syndrome that affects a lot of the bats in the area. But we hope to go back in there when the rangers say it's okay. But we are going to check out a beautiful waterfall today, and we're going to go to the top of it. Then later on, check out Rylander Cascades, and maybe some other surprises coming up later on. So get ready for a nice hike and a nice cool day. Let's go. The trail to Lost Creek Falls is a short one and very easy. In fact, my friend Deb was just looking at it. You can see it through the trees here. There it is. And it won't take long for us to get up to the base of it. As you can see, caves are closed in the area for right now to help stop the spread of white nose syndrome. But in April, I'm told that we'll be able to get a permit and explore the Lost Creek Cave. That is one of the entrances, the main entrance to Lost Creek Cave. There's a little bit of water running through there today, running from the waterfall. All right, let's make our way to the base of the waterfall. That is Lost Creek Falls. The reason they call it Lost Creek is when you go to the top of it and you try to follow the creek, you lose it. It goes underground. Hopefully we can go up to the top of the falls a little bit later on, follow that creek a little bit until we find where it goes underground. Isn't this a beautiful waterfall? At the base of the waterfalls, very rocky, and a lot of these rocks are wet. You got to be very careful as you make your way around the base of the waterfall. But it's a lot of fun. And we're about to go in a little cave that kind of goes beneath or behind the waterfall. And the reason you don't see the water, you don't see a big plunge pool here, is because it is flowing underground. There's another waterfall in the cave. We hope to visit that in the future.